How's it going, guys? I got some weekend TCGO for you against a guy by the name of kashifisnotinvited, as in Kashif is not invited to my birthday party. His name in the TCGO, I guess, is Navikiller, but he messaged me on Tumblr with that name, and he was like, use that name. I was like, okay, fine. So, as you can see, he's running a Rain Dance deck. There is one card in the Rain Dance deck I find really threatening, and I'm going to have to deal with it as it comes, but if it does get set up, it almost always spells game over for decks of this variant, and that is Kirim, just because it spreads that damage all over the place, and it can kill off a lot of Mews in about 2 turns, so regardless. But what do I do? So I got a Pokemon collector. I'm going to go ahead and get a few things. I probably could have gotten a Riolu. I wasn't really thinking too much about this first turn. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get all of my Mews in play. And I don't know why I insist on getting Relicanth, because I see it off from the deck. I guess I kind of confused myself with Prehistoric Wisdom. It's still a very new deck to me, and I'm kind of like trying to figure out how to use it. But I don't know. As you can see, I get 3 of them out, and he's practically drooling on the other end. I don't know that yet, just because I completely fucking forgot about the fact that Kirim is floating around and just waiting for this shit. So I'm going to go ahead and Junk Arm out the Relicanth, and I believe, what was that, a Pokegear? Just so I can get the level ball again, and then get my next Mew in play. And then the quicker I can see off stuff, the quicker I can, you know, start to do stuff. So get my final Mew in play, and I can oak out this hand on the next turn. And that's about all I can do, other than see off Relicanth, and then that will put one of the Lost Zone at 20 to Dimensional Sphere, and it'll let me hurl off some things from my hand in the next couple turns just to increase that tempo. So he's going to go for a Pokegear and get himself a Professor Oak, probably because he doesn't like that hand too much, or maybe he's just using that first. Energy goes on Totodile, and he's going to shovel out the hand because it sucks. So what are we looking at? I have not played this game in some time. There are like 2 or 3 other videos with this deck sitting on my desktop, and I think that's all I'm gonna do for now, and then I'll just go into the other decks just because you guys like those, and then maybe at the end of that rotation I'll make a new deck, so we'll see what's happening from there. As you can see, he gets a Kirim in play though. I need to take out the Totodile so it doesn't get all the energy onto Kirim, or I need to take out the Kirim so there's nothing on there, but both of those are equally important targets. I don't really know which one I'm going to focus on first. The Totodile would be easier if I had a catcher, but I don't, so that kind of sucks. But at least I get the Prehistoric Wisdom. I'm going to go ahead and pick Zorua just because I do plan on putting Zoroark into the Lost Zone. It turns out I don't even get any good Pokemon in the next one. I get a Black Belt and 2 double colorless energies, so I can't even Dimensional Sphere until I get a Lucario going on in there. And if Kirim does get set up, I'm not even going to get to use any of my Mews at all. But he gets himself a Feraligatr, and that is bad, guys. Just because if he does have a card in his hand to shuffle out his hand, he can go ahead and get some more water energies, build them up on Kirim, and then things are just really going to hit the fan. As you can see, you know, right on cue, he has a Professor Oak. He's going to go for Crushing Hammer to get rid of some things. Thank God a lot of these things have free treat or very low retreat costs in the first place, but he does get rid of one of my Prism energies. Kind of interesting to be running Crushing Hammer in that deck. I wasn't really expecting it, but you know, now I'm just down to the 1 Mew. I can still keep up with the Prehistoric Wisdom, that's fine, but he gets 2 water energies on Kirim, and he would get 3 if he had 3, but he doesn't have 3, so I'm going to go for the Crushing Hammer, put a double colorless on Riolu just because I should be able to get a Lucario up in some time. I want to get a Lucario up as opposed to seeing off a Lucario just because it's got more HP. What do we got going on? I'm go for Junk Arm. Don't really know what I'm going to get, actually, but I know I can discard the Riolu and the Grass Energy just because I can put them back in my deck later with Super Rod. And it looks like I'm going to get a Crushing Hammer and try to get rid of all this energy and hope that he doesn't have another thing to shuffle out his hand. But all I can really do right now is go for the Prehistoric Wisdom and put the Jump Pluff into the Lost Zone, power up Dimension Sphere a little bit more. If by some freak chance he doesn't get enough water energies, I can do the same thing with Chinchino and just keep it up. But unfortunately, he has a Cyllin, just going to let him get 3 water energies, which is exactly enough to spell a fuck ton of hurt for me on all these things. And that's going to suck, but he's going to put them all down eventually, and then he'll do 30 damage to everything in play. As you can see, Mew has 60 HP, meaning that everything will be dead by the end of next turn. Riolu will be hanging on with 10 HP until I can get a Lucario going. A lot of things in this deck just really don't like Kyurem. They're low HP, low energy cost. I don't know. They're just whatever. So, finally get a Lucario. I'm going to go ahead and do that and then retreat out into Lucario. And I believe put a... What am I doing? I don't think I'm going to put anything down because I don't want to waste anything. But I am going to shuffle out my hand just to see if I come into anything else that I can use. Don't really have anything I can use. I guess I'm going to go for a level ball. I believe get a Riolu. I'd be really stupid to put it down right now. I'm just praying I don't do that, but I think I do. Yeah, I did that. I don't know why I did that. Okay, I guess we're just going to get a Prism Energy on it and go for the Dimensional Sphere, which at this point is going to do 90 damage. I was hoping he would go for the Outrage just to take it out, just because he sees that Kyurem is pretty important. But he's got 4 prizes waiting for him as soon as he does this Glaciate. So he'd be stupid not to go for it. You know, it's a pretty good trade-off for him to lose his Kyurem, and then he gets 4 prizes in return. And all I have are a couple of damaged Lucarios and a couple of Black Belts floating around the deck, and that's all I really have going for me. What else? So Glaciate takes out all of my field, and it's really, really, really discouraging. Oh man, did you see that? That is a morale killer. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and there's the 4th prize. I was shitting myself at this point. I was like, why am I even recording this? I'm probably going to end up losing. But I do have Lucario, and then I draw into another energy, but I'm just going to go ahead and kill off that Kyurem, I believe, with a Dimension Sphere. And he does have the other Kyurem, which can discard special energies, but at this point, my Lucarios will die to any attack on the field, other than, you know, Clef's Eek. But I draw into a Catcher, which is good because I can use it to bring out that Kyurem EX, but he's going to go for some Crushing Hammers, try to get rid of some energies. I believe he's going to try to get rid of my double colorless energy. That way I will just have to leave it in to die, and he'll buy himself a little bit of time just to get some energy going on that Kyurem. But he Junk Arms out for Crushing Hammer and does not get either one. I know his pain because I've actually lost a couple games owing to that, which is kind of sucky that you'd have to run him because you could run other cards and that would be better. But coin flips, when you tend to rely on them that much, they're just way up in the air. But gets a couple of energy going on the Kyurem. I think he gets 2 on it this turn. And oh shit, thirsty. Okay, ends out. But he can only get 2 cards just because he killed off all those Mews, so that kind of confuses me. And he got me into a better hand. I have Twins. I have access to Twins now just because I have all those prizes left. But he's going to go ahead and eke out anyway. I guess he was just using it just to get rid of it. What do I have? I have Crushing Hammer. And that does not do anything for that Kyurem, but I do have Twins. I don't remember what I get from Twins. Why am I getting Switch? Switch is dumb. I probably should have been getting maybe another Twins or just Black Belts. Black Belts probably would have been great in this situation. But I think I see why I'm getting Super Rod, just so I can put Mews back in the deck so I can benefit from them, because there isn't a Kyurem out at the moment, and maybe I can use one of them. But I don't think I end up using any of them in this game, truthfully, as boxy as this deck can be. So I just decided to get a Super Rod and another Black Belt. If you look at it, it's 30, 50, 70, 90, plus another 40 would be 130, meaning I'm 10 short of killing off the Feraligatr. But I guess I just decided to Junk Arm out this. Am I Junk Arming? I really hope I'm not Junk Arming. Okay. I'm going to bring in the Feraligatr just so it can stop Rain Dancing. And then I believe just go for the Super Rod from now just to get some things back into my deck. Decide to pick 3 Mews just because there's energies floating around and all that shit. And I'm just going to go ahead and hit him with the Dimensional Sphere for 90, and we're good to go. If he finds a way to get the Feraligatr out of there, I can use my Junk Arm on this turn to catcher it in. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to Black Belt and things, and it's just really not looking good for me. But as you can see, his field's running pretty dry, and I'm looking to kill this thing off as soon as possible to keep it that way. For now, he's going to go ahead and Oak out, and I hope he doesn't come to more energy. I think he gets 2 on this turn. I don't remember. Oh, Lost Remover is going to go ahead and take off either a Prism Energy or a double colorless energy. I don't know why he catchered in that one and then did that. I would have kept the other one in, shuffled out the hand, and then discarded the double colorless off of that one. I guess it's if that makes sense. What I'm trying to say, he should have left it in and then maybe gone on that chance. I don't know. It makes sense to me, but he's gonna go ahead and go for the junk arm again to get that lost remover again, and then take off the double colorless off the bench one. And now I'm left with a lot less energy. But if I can get myself a twins to get grass energy or a double colorless or that kind of thing, that'll be great. But my side of the field's running kind of dry, and look at what I draw into. I draw into a grass energy. That's good enough for me. So I believe I take out the Feraligatr, just clean on this turn. Why am I black belting? I guess I'm black belting, and then I'm going to... I should have killed off the Feraligatr. That would have been way better. It didn't have any energy, but... Junk arming out for a catcher after I use a black belt, I guess, is okay too. But I'm going to do 130 to the Kyurem, and I guess I'm just looking to get the big prizes quick. And another Dimension Sphere should be able to take it out. I really don't know why I did that. I should have been able to kill off everything else on the field, but as you can see, he can't do anything because he doesn't have any energy, and I'm going to be able to take that out, get myself 2 prizes, and before you know it, I'm actually looking like I'm catching up a little bit. And I also get a Crushing Hammer as a prize, so I can go ahead and take some energies off of the Feraligatr and prevent it from being able to attack and or retreat. But once that thing gets shut down, then the rest of the deck gets shut down, as we all know about that. But Energy Returner, I believe it's called, is kind of like Fisherman, but instead of putting them in your hand, it puts them in your deck. I guess that's kind of good when you're fighting against stuff like Durant and whatnot. And if you have a lot of draw supporters going on, then it doesn't really end up mattering too much. I just like Fisherman just because if you have the Feraligatr out, then you can get into action that much quicker. Maybe I'll do a Rain Dance game next. I don't know. But Feraligatr's going to come in. It's got 3 energies on it. I don't know if he has another one. He's undoing it for some reason. What is he doing? Oh, I can't think. I'm just watching the field because that's what I feel like doing. Oh boy. Okay, so I think he just eked out for a new hand. Yep. If I had a catcher, that would be fantastic because I would just be able to bring in the Croconaw or anything on the bench, really, and take it out. But I'm going to go ahead and retreat out that Lucario and hope I can come into some more energy with Cleffa. I probably should have put down the Mew just to get some more things going on. But as you can see, I get a little bit. I get a double colorless, which will enable either of these guys to start attacking right away. I'm probably going to put it on the one on the left and then a grass energy on the one on the right. And then I can use twins for whatever the fuck I want to. Probably going to end up being a catcher and maybe an energy if he has another lost remover going on. But he finally gets a 4th water energy on that, and I believe he puts down a lot of pokes on this turn just to establish, hey, I have many Totodiles that I plan on evolving, and you better look the fuck out. Okay, Juniper and stuff happens. What does he do? He discarded a rare candy, which I found kind of weird, but I guess he can junk arm for another one, or he has another one. And he gets a second Feraligatr in play before I'm able to take out the first one. So regardless of what I do, he still has his Rain Dance going. Oh, fucking boy. I'm thrilled right now, guys. I really am. Like, morale got really low for me in this game the instant he took out 4 of my Mews in one turn. That was scary shit. But I can go ahead and put a double colorless on that lead Lucario and then use twins to get myself a catcher and maybe, what am I getting? Catcher and a double colorless. Unfortunately, I don't have any more junk arms and I only have the 1 catcher, so that's all I can really do. But I'm just going to go ahead and bring in that Feraligatr to take it out because that's the thing that all his energy's on. And his Cleffa didn't wake up, which is really unfortunate for him. The game probably could have been a little closer in either person's favor if it did wake up earlier than it was supposed to. But he goes for the Lost Remover as predicted. He probably would have junk armed out for it eventually. But as you can see, I did get a double colorless from Twins, so I'm still good to go in that aspect. And then I could always just put a grass energy on the other one. The other one has more HP anyway, so I kind of want to be using that one. But if this Cleffa wakes up, that'll be an easy prize. And then it'll just be a matter of taking out anything else before it gets enough energy built up. What is he junk arming out for? He is junk arming out for probably, what is he doing? I don't remember what he's doing. Oh shit, we'll see. We'll see. This video is coming to a close anyways. So as you can see, the score is tied at 2-2. And I do have an N in my hand. I've been eyeing that for a while just to see if I can lock him down in terms of the amount of cards he has in his hand, and hopefully he won't have enough energy. But as you can see, junk arms out for Poke Gear because his hand kind of sucks. And he doesn't get a draw supporter, so that's kind of good. But he does still have a little bit of water energy left, so he's going to go ahead and put that on and then try to eke out for a new hand to get some more going. What did he do? So he doesn't have a lot of cards left at all. I think he has maybe one card left in his deck right now. But I get to put a DCE on that lead Lucario, and I'm going to try to go for the Crushing Hammer to get rid of some more energy. People that thought that Crushing Hammer wasn't really good in this deck, it kind of is in this situation, just because he's actually going to run out of water energy a lot sooner than you guys, than he probably normally would have. But I'm going to go ahead and level ball just because alternatives and whatnot, but I'm not going to put the grass energy down on Mew just yet in case he decides to try to catcher out the other Lucario, thinking that I'll be vulnerable and I don't have any more energy. You know, keep that kind of hidden, but then I decide it's a stupid plan and I'm just going to go for the N. And turns out I draw into another grass energy and another Mew. So, or maybe that's the same grass energy. I don't know how short my deck's running, but 1-2 lead. He had not gotten any prizes since he killed off my Mews. Let's just keep that in mind. Whew. Good stuff, good stuff. But Feraligator's going to come in, and if he has 3 water energies left, he should be able to kill me off. But as you can see, he's got 5 cards in his deck, 3 in his hand, and if he has 3 of them as water energies, then he should be good to go to take out a couple of things, and I don't know what I'm going to do. But he's scaring me because he's got 3, and if he has a 4th, I don't know. He's like undoing it and redoing it at this point. But what is going on? Okay, so he's got 2, and then there's a 3rd, and then I don't know what that last thing is. I don't think he has a 4th one. I think he was short by just 1 energy, which is really unfortunate. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm not putting that energy down yet. I really want to keep that a secret for whatever reason. But there's a Dimensional Sphere on that guy, and then look at how short his deck is. I mean, mine's kind of short too, but he draws into the 4th one. It is 1 turn too late, just because I'm able to kill this thing off next turn, and that's the game. So lots of good games going on with this deck, and as you can see, I didn't put it down. If he catchered into it, or if I had put it down earlier, I wouldn't have had the energy to attack with it, but I probably would have had the energy to kill off with the Mew, and then there's my last junk arm. And that's the game. Probably not a very terrific, 5-star narration or anything like that. I was just like, you know what? I want to get this uploaded today because reasons and stuff. So that's what we got going on for TCGO. You guys will probably end up seeing this in your sub boxes way later tonight, probably after my battle upload. And that should do it. So if you guys enjoyed it, you're welcome to rate, comment, subscribe, do your thing. And I will see you guys later.